Welcome back to LimQ Plus, everyone. On this channel, I'm 100%ing Breath of the Wild by a bit every day until the sequel Tears of the Kingdom comes out. I'm currently at 67%, and in yesterday's episode, I said I need to go to Gerudo Town and buy some arrows, otherwise I won't be able to get more Koroks. Today, I want to talk about something that kind of hit me yesterday, out of nowhere. Because I think I was so busy with thinking about these crackpot theories, I like to call them, and a lot of us have been doing that. Some of them are more believable than others. For me, it was like thinking about the moon, Majora's Mask, and stuff that I kind of missed something that, in my opinion, is even more promising without. And if you are following Twitch at all, you might know the term copium, which is essentially a mix of coping and opium. It's essentially a little Twitch emote. People tend to use that when they believe in something that is technically unlikely, but they keep believing in it. They really want to believe in it. And to me, that topic is the topic of being able to play Zelda, Princess Zelda in Tears of the Kingdom. I've heard theories of people saying that Zelda might literally die in the very beginning of the game. And I want to talk to you about something that I have found, and other people have found myself, that I think makes playable Zelda suddenly more likely. First of all, let's start with the simple idea that Tears of the Kingdom started as a DLC idea. We know this. The developers have always said that initially Tears of the Kingdom was essentially just an idea for people. Basically, the developers had more DLC ideas, and they decided they wanted to make a new game. What does Breath of the Wild not have, and a lot of people wanted Breath of the Wild to have? Post-game. This game does not have post-game. You beat Ganon, and then afterwards you see Link and Zelda exploring the kingdom, and then the game kind of cuts off and you get put back to where you started before you attacked Ganon. Now, in my mind, one super easy way to make DLC for Breath of the Wild would have been to add post-game, right? What happened after, maybe a little story, not just a Champion's Ballad, but add a little story after the Calamity. And why not add Zelda as a playable character? This was at a time where there were probably plans in the making for games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The systems were already there. Zelda could have had her own glider. Her model was basically already existent. She could have technically been an addition to the game. I'm just saying, I'm sure that at least one guy had that idea. There was this one guy in Nintendo that said we could add Zelda as a playable character, and maybe that's an idea they had in their minds, right? But because they decided to make Tears of the Kingdom instead, using a lot of their other DLC ideas, maybe also playable Zelda, that didn't happen. Now, after we've seen the first Tears of the Kingdom teasers, especially not the most recent one, but the one before, and not the one before, actually, the second big one, where we see Zelda fall into a pit. Wait, actually, that was already in the first one. The very first teaser showed Zelda kind of fall into a pit, kind of ruining some people's hopes for Zelda being playable, and thinking that they might just get separated again right away. However, in the most recent trailer, while there is basically not a trace of Zelda, Nintendo, with their beginning of their marketing campaign, actually started to post a bunch of stuff on social media, including artwork of Zelda holding a Sheikah slate. First of all, it was interesting that they specifically highlighted Zelda as a character there. If she was literally gonna die right at the start, I think that's already kind of unlikely, given the game's rating as well, even though there is a chance, maybe that's a drastic story thing that they will do. But what I found more interesting is that in that tweet, Nintendo is specifically hinting towards the Sheikah slate that Zelda is holding, kind of saying the Sheikah slate looks a little bit different. Now, the Sheikah slate, and many people have already talked about this, in the art, it looks like a Switch. It looks like a Nintendo Switch. And in this game, the Sheikah slate was likely modeled after the Wii U game Pet, because this game was initially planned for Wii U only, but then also made for Switch as the console came closer. Now, when I was looking at this picture yesterday and thinking we got this new shot of Link jumping after Zelda, we still, at least a lot of people are concerned that Tears of the Kingdom will just feel like a big DLC and not very different to this game. So how could they make the game feel different? Yes, by adding a new playable character with completely new mechanics. In that case, potentially Zelda with a new Sheikah slate. And then what I really thought was interesting is, why would the Sheikah slate look like a Switch if we're not going to use it? Why would the Sheikah slate look like a Switch if it's not something that we actually control? And in all of the teasers, the only time that we've seen Link, he did not have a Sheikah Slate. The only time that we've seen a Sheikah Slate is in this new Zelda promotional art. She's holding it and it's looking like a Switch. So again, don't get angry. Don't tell me I'm giving you false hope. I'm setting you up for disappointment. I'm not claiming, guys, Zelda is playable in Tears of the Kingdom. I have figured it out. I just think with all of the recent things going on, it suddenly became a lot more likely again. It also would solve, at least I think for a lot of people, the potential issue of Tears of the Kingdom feeling too much like DLC by adding something like that into the game, a new playable character with new mechanics. And I know it's something that a lot of people have asked for. Recently there have been some rumors going through the internet about a survey where Nintendo potentially hinted at new playable characters. That could very much be fake. I have no idea. It's like a Reddit thread, and you know how to deal with Reddit threads. Be careful with them. But I now think playable Zelda has become more likely. There's multiple reasons, in my opinion, why it now, especially now, is a better idea even, in my opinion, than it was before. Again, my opinion, don't expect this to actually be true, but for me, at least, the hope has become a little bit stronger. I will use one specific point against playable Zelda, which is we're talking about Nintendo here, and Nintendo likes to make a profit. We all know this. Tears of the Kingdom is already priced at $70, and as much as it would be cool to keep playable Zelda a secret until the very end, in my mind, revealing it in this last direct and also announcing, for example, a Zelda amiibo that you can now pre-order and purchase would have made a lot of sense for them. I feel like if she was in the game, they would do that, and by not doing that, they're missing out on money. Obviously, that was something that I thought about. Okay, that makes me a little bit more... that makes it a little bit more questionable in my mind, because I think that's certainly something that Nintendo will do. Did I already get... Oh, I already got this flower Korok seed. I was really confused why I can't find the flower. Let me briefly think about the 100% route real quick. So usually you get this flower, then you go and get the tower, and then you go over here. Okay, let me warp to the tower real quick while I once again flash out this. It's not even a theory. I just think I wanted to share this with you. Let me know if you still believe in playable Zelda or not, if you even want it. I know some people don't even want it. I personally think it could really make the game more exciting. Imagine a world where suddenly you can wind bomb, but only with Zelda. And Link can't do it anymore because he doesn't have the Sheikah Slate. That's always funny to me. Also, I already posted this on Twitter. Basically finding out that the Sheikah Slate looks like a Switch and kind of trying to connect the dots. And a lot of people said, oh yeah, you're right. I heard the trailer says, lend me your power. I don't know if a lot of people tweeted this. I don't know if a lot of people misunderstood this, or if in some of the versions of the trailer, Zelda actually says, lend me your power, because in the English trailer, and I went back to double check this, she definitely says lend him your power, and I feel like they wouldn't have just added that. That would have basically been a giveaway that that's playable. So yeah, I don't know if in any other language versions she says lend me your power, and that's why people tweeted that at me. I don't think there was any confirmation like that as far as I know. I think to me, the most the two strongest potential points for it are, number one, people are concerned that Tears of the Kingdom feels like a big DLC. How can you make sure that you don't make it feel like that? Add a new playable character with new mechanics would be how a lot of people would at least probably feel like the game is very different now, right? And last but not least, I think that Sheikah Slate literally looking like a Switch, maybe there's more of a reason for it. In this game, they designed the Sheikah Slate after the Wii U, because obviously you get to use it, you play with it. So why redesign the Sheikah Slate to just look like a Switch if you're not going to use it, right? Obviously, it could just be coincidence. But I just wanted to kind of rant about this. This is what this channel is all about. And I'm kind of curious, actually, for you guys watching, first of all, if you even want Zelda to be playable. I know a lot of people said, no, not in my Zelda game. I don't want Zelda to be playable in my Zelda game, which is fair. Breath of the Wild has already broken a lot of traditions, and some people maybe didn't want that one to be broken. And if you do or don't, if you still believe that that's possible, I think people have kind of given up, given that Zelda literally fell into a pit. But now that we see that 1, Link is jumping after her. 2, we have some Princess Deity that kind of looks like Zelda. She's made more of an appearance in the previous trailer, plus that plus that art, right? That artwork that Nintendo posted. I think that one in particular is at least giving me a little bit more hope towards that theory. But that's gonna be it for today's video. These videos this week will be a little bit shorter, probably all around the 10-minute mark, because I won't be here this weekend. Which means I have to pre-record some videos. This one is not pre-recorded, but I'd probably pre-record like 3-4 videos on Thursday, so that we continue our daily streak. 87 days until Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not even sure if I said that at the beginning. I hope I did. If not, I said it now. And 86 tomorrow. So once I'm back from that trip on the weekend, we will be really close to 70 days already. I'm pretty sure if you go into like the news article right now, yeah. There's actually a post from Nintendo about the game. So that's nice to see. Official trailer number 2. It's real. It's happening. 3 more months until we get our hands on the game. And who knows if Zelda's going to be in it or not. Let me get this Korok seed before we wrap this up. If I happen to have an apple on me, it looks like I have 59. Also purchased some arrows, so we should be on track towards 70%. Not sure if we already made it to 69 right now. Nope, not even close. We are actually still on 67. But we're gonna be wrapping up the Dueling Peaks area and then going into Faron, where I pretty much haven't done a single Korok yet, other than this one apparently. So that's gonna be cool. And we'll make our way to 70% and then even onwards to 80 soon. I'm pretty sure once the final month of the waiting begins, I'm probably going to be at around 90% and we're going to have to start looking up specific Koroks. I have to get some locations. I've already marked them. These ones, for example, the Fairy Fountain. So we still got some work to do to get our percentage up to 100 down there, but we will make it in time. That much I can guarantee. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Let me know how you feel about Playable Zelda, and I will see you tomorrow.